difficult was that, and how satisfying was for you to get on the field Saturday?
I mean, I think it's really difficult for any freshman who comes into college in red shirts, because it's kind of like you go from, like you said, playing every down and being in the game, and having to realize that there's more work that needs to be done in order for you to play and get on the field. And last year was tough for us as a team whole, so I mean it kind of just added on to it, and it was pretty satisfying. But still hungry to keep on working and get better every week.
Was it a little extra special getting the start and getting to do that in your first career college game that not many kids get to start out the gate?
Yeah, it was very, very special, especially being at Georgia Tech and being where my dad and my cousins and uncle played. So it was pretty good to know that my coaches trusted in me enough to believe and go out there with my teammates and get ready for a game.
How important do you think there are a lot of young players playing. How important do you think that has been for the chemistry of the team?
I think that's been very important. We've been having to come in, and since my class came in last year, we always wanted to get back to that Orange Bowl year and kind of get young guys to understand what's going on early and work hard, work your butt off, and pay in and buy into what a Georgia Tech football team is supposed to be like, and play to the potential that we can.
What's like the biggest thing that you think you've improved upon from this time last year to now to get yourself in this position to play so much?
My technique. I focused a lot last year on my technique and being able to play aggressive and knowing down and distance, and the knowledge of the game just kind of grew. Being able to watch Lance Austin, Lawrence Austin, Step, and Corey and everybody, just kind of learning from the older guys and being able to be there and kind of be a fly on the wall in the room, because I didn't get a chance to go out there with the live bullets, but I was there enough to listen and what's going on in means. I got to travel, be able to feel the atmosphere of the big games and understand what it takes for us to play as a team and for me to play to my potential.
This week you'll have a very different challenge in terms of they have big receivers, they like to throw the ball down the field, that kind of thing. What have you seen on tape, and kind of what do you think the challenges are for you as a corner this week?
They have a good quarterback. They air the ball out, nice, fast, athletic receivers. Kind of like our guys we have, kind of big, tall. So it's not out of the norm for us, and we just want to go in there, play our technique, and take it snap by snap.
Will it be fun playing? You didn't get many balls thrown down the field
Yeah.
last week. I imagine for a corner it's a little more interesting when you know there can be action your way. Probably is a little more fun.
Yeah, it definitely will be a fun game Saturday, especially knowing a team that throws the ball out. They had a couple receivers do pretty good last week, so it'll be interesting.
Communication with the safety is going to be big.
Yes, definitely, especially in their stadium, which is going to be a lot of people there. It's an ESPN game. But I think we've been practicing really hard at communication and getting across the board from linebackers to D-line to safeties. Malik, who transferred from Wofford, came in. He's done a great job being able to get us lined up and being able to help me out, knowing as a freshman, him being played for 4 years and being able to do those kind of things has been real helpful.
What's something that maybe you didn't do as well as you might have wanted to, or had pointed out to you Saturday that you know you want to get better at?
I didn't really have too much work Saturday. I kind of got it on a couple of short throws. I think I kind of sped out or got out my backpedal a little fast and opened up, but I guess I was kind of anxious and kind of got out there my first game. But just want to settle down and play football. I don't want to overanalyze. I just want to go out there and receiver gives me a route, be able to play it. Quarterbacks give me anything I need to play it.
How difficult is it after a game like Saturday, you guys pitch a shutout, and to really gauge where exactly you guys are when you got a completely different challenge coming up?
Well, I don't think that we can pick our head up. Yeah, we got to keep on working. I mean, it's very easy to stay motivated because we saw what happened last year. You know how big that first game was. That was the motivation to go in and get a win and be able to take it week by week, and every next week is the big game. So I think, I think we're pretty motivated to just keep on going, keep our head down, because we won 5 games last year. That's not the standard at Georgia Tech, and we don't want to keep it there.
What was Coach Woody's message this week as far as what maybe some of the things that he saw that he liked, but then, I'm sure he gave you guys some critiques as well.
Yeah, well, he liked us running to the ball, enthusiasm we played with. We kind of had to clean up a little bit of things and get our checks and calls down more and just kind of get more accustomed to the game feel. It's been a while. It's been the whole summer since you've been able to go out there with the live bullets and people come out there screaming, a lot of fans and everything. So it's kind of what he critiqued us on, just be able to lock in and focus on just the task at hand.
Are you excited that you get to play a road game now and kind of get that experience under your belt?
Yeah, extremely excited. I can't wait.
Anything else for Trey?
Is he giving your brother a hard time?
Am I giving my brother a hard time? Yeah, definitely. He'll be all right, though. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. See ya.
Appreciate you.
To you guys going into this game?
This week's the Super Bowl. You know, every week we got to approach it like it's the Super Bowl. I mean, they're a top 25 team, I think, and they are very good, and we're preparing that way. You know, I mean, but it's the same message. You know, you got to fly around. It's everything's run to the ball, and you know, and the more consistent we can get every single week with all that effort, we'll just become a better defense.
What did you see watching the tape and kind of what needs to be cleaned up?
Oh, I mean, just, you know, the front seven, I think just some of our fits need to be a little bit more clear. And, you know, I think linebackers in general, we need to trust that our D linemen are getting the gaps that they're supposed to. And, you know, just certain stuff like that. It's just little things that we just need to clean up. But other than that, I thought everything was good.
What do you see in USF that kind of jumps out at you?
Well, I mean, they're a very fast team, and they got a really good quarterback. And, you know, they're gonna try to spread you out. And it's a numbers game. So, you know, you pack the box, they're going to throw it outside. You got numbers outside, they're going to run the ball. I mean, it sounds simple, but you got to stop it, you know. And so that's what we know, and that's what we're getting used to. They're a very different offense than Alcorn was, and so, I mean, we're just preparing for it. You know, it's our first real game week, and we're preparing that way. It's going quick.
And of course, as a linebacker, you have to watch out for when they, you know, start killing you with passing, that they'll slide that running back in there too.
Well, exactly. You know, as a linebacker, you always play most of the part. You play run first, but you know, it's just a numbers game. And like I said, you know, just depending on you load the box or not. So we're preparing for it, and we're gonna be ready.
David, and you don't have to look at me when you answer, but ask it for somebody who's not here. If you can talk a little bit about kind of your emotions on Saturday, with it being, you know, missing the full year and sitting out, and then being able to get on the field, and kind of, you know, walk us through that, your emotions, what you were feeling, how it felt to be back on the field.
Well, you know, I'd never been hurt before, and sitting out that year was kind of devastating. But, you know, I just never thought about it as a bad thing. Thought about it as, you know, I'm going to come back stronger than ever, like I've said. And, you know, I felt coming back this spring, I felt the best I've ever felt. And then I, of course, got the freak thumb injury. And then, you know, come back this fall, I was just getting better and better. You know, I felt like I was getting faster and faster, quicker, getting all the stuff back. And, you know, of course, walking out on Saturday and going in there and, you know, making the first tackle and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It just felt really good. You know, felt like welcome back, you know, welcome back to football. Finally got to be back out there and, you know, show people what I can do. And that's what I've been wanting to do since I was a freshman here, you know, so it felt really good.
Just lean on your family a lot for a little guidance on how to deal with all that?
Well, I mean, of course, you want to lean on your loved ones, but, you know, my dad has always told me, you know, you pick this kind of sport, you can't expect not to get hurt. You know, you never want to play fearful of getting hurt, but, you know, that's part of the sport, you know. So he's from day one, you know, I'm sorry, bud, but, you know, what are you going to do about it? You going to get down in the dumps, or are you going to go and you're going to make straight A's, and you're going to go and do the best rehab you can do, or are you going to get down in the dumps and, you know, dope about it? So.
Yeah.
How do you measure the energy? Because I'm sure you were really excited to get out there on the field, but then at the same time, you probably need to kind of measure that and make sure that you're not using it up, you know, too early or anything like that. How do you kind of measure what you do when you go out there?
Well, to be honest with you, I've never really been the pregame really hype guy. You know, like I'm really focused on what I have to do in the game because, you know, as a linebacker, you know, everything. We are probably the most important roles on the field, you know, and so me and Brant have to be really tuned in, and we can't miss a fit, all that kind of stuff. So for me, pregame, I mean, yeah, I'm excited, juices are flowing, but I'm focused in. I'm thinking of the first snap. What are they going to run? You know, what's going to be my fit? You know, so it's I'm very focused pregame.
No more excitement Saturday than any other game because it had been.
Oh, well, of course, you know, I'm out there jumping around thinking like I'm finally back. You know, this feels good. But you know, in the back of my mind, I'm ready. I'm ready for that first snap. I got to do what I got to do.
What have you noticed or observed of Wanye Thomas?
Oh, he's a freak. I think he's a freak athlete. You know, coming as a true freshman and returning kicks and turning punts, and he's, in my opinion, he's going to be all ACC one day. In my opinion, he is. You know, he's long, lean, he can run, and he's smart, and he's not scared to hit. I mean, he showed that in fall camp. He came up and hit a few of the A-backs and the B-backs, not shying away. So that's something as a linebacker, you like your safeties to come up and hit. So, you know, I'm very, very impressed with him. I think he's going to have a great career here.
Do you feel like you guys are more athletic on defense than when you got here?
I said that absolutely. To answer your question, absolutely. I said that probably coming spring, this past spring. I looked at Coach Mack and I said, Coach, I think this is the first time since I've been here that we have a lot of guys that need to be in the game, and it's going to be fun for you coaches to decide who's going to be in the game, and because we got a lot of weapons, and that should be pretty fun. It is fun. It's going to be fun this whole year seeing how everybody plays.
How much of that is a product of the defensive changes, and how much is it just guys improving, getting some new freshmen in there who can play?
Well, I do think our freshman class and the past 2 years have been really good. And I think it's just, my class, the class after me, everybody's maturing. And I think, everybody gets accustomed to college football a little bit different. But, I would say that this scheme has really, opened the gates for some guys, especially for me and just for other people. It just feels like it fits certain people better. Definitely our defensive linemen. Our defensive linemen have great feet, have great hands. And so when they're moving all the time, that's what they need to do, So I feel like this defense has really helped some of our defensive linemen come out of the shell.
What do you like? You mentioned the freshmen in like the last two classes, guys like Trey and Caleb and Wanya and so forth. Is that kind of, I don't know, it's very clear when you look at those guys, like, wow, give those guys 2-3 years, they're going to be kind of ready for the.
You mean like after watching them play or after?
Yeah, just practicing with them.
Yeah, of course you want to watch them practice and stuff like that, but you got Wanya. He showed up on campus and he's winning sprints every single time, and you're like, wow, okay, this kid's fast. Jaquan Henderson winning sprints in the mids every single time, and then he starts running with the skills, And so it's just certain guys like that, and then you come out in spring, Jaquez Jackson, he comes out and he's making plays left and right, and we're thinking all of as a linebacker, we're like, wow, like this kid's special. And then you watch him in drills, and he's got some of the best feet in the linebacker room, and we're like, dude, this kid's gonna be freaking. He's good, So like it's just certain people peak faster than others, but I just feel like some people just take a little bit more time to get ready. But yes, I feel like some guys, you can usually tell after the first few days of pads, they start coming on a little bit faster than others.
Anything else for David? All right,
Thanks,
David.
David.
Appreciate you. We'll flip it right up to questions.
So excited?
Bring any extra emotion to you?
Yeah, it's another game. It's a little more exciting to go home, but at the same time, it's just another game for me.
How many ticket requests did you get from friends and stuff back home?
I got about 45, so I got about 40 right now. I just got to get a couple more tickets.
Swapping out games and stuff with teammates?
A lot of guys understand that I'm from Tampa. I'm a senior, so a lot of guys are willing to just give them to me. But I do got to make a couple trades.
Have you ever played in a stadium before?
In Raymond James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played in Raymond James twice. So when I was in 8th grade, my Little League team played a team from Brandon to go to Miami, and we blew them out. And then again in high school, my junior year, we played Gabi. So yeah, I played twice.
Is it like a playoff game, or is that?
No, it was like a preseason game. It counted, I think. I don't really remember.
This is a little bit different, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, a lot.
You hearing any talk from your friends from back home?
I try to stay focused. I don't really, even like last game, I knew a couple guys at Alcorn State, but during the week, I don't really, So I haven't really talked to any guys yet. I know a ton of guys on the team, but we're all focused. We'll probably talk after the game or something. But
In terms of nose tackle, you guys rolled, I think, 5 guys on Saturday. Kind of how do you feel like that went? And was it interesting being kind of in that role versus maybe last year where 1 or 2 guys were playing? And
it was great, honestly, because obviously you don't get dog tired, so you can perform at the highest level while you're in there. And then second, you can get a chance to look back from a different point of view and see what the offensive line is doing, how they're coming off, stuff like that. So then when you go back in, you're prepared a little bit more.
David Curry talked about you guys are suited for this defense because of your feet, use of hands. How well do you think that equated to how you played on Saturday?
I think it's real accurate. There was a couple times where I beat an offensive lineman to the block and kind of not overran it, but I did my job. But I really don't even know how to explain that one. I think it's true. We were flying around. You see it on film. Everybody's flying around. It's simple. We're having fun, making plays, obviously. So hopefully we keep that up.
Was part of you just kind of curious to see like how is this actually going to work now? I mean, we've been playing against the offense for this long. Let's actually see it in a game.
Yeah. It is a little different because we have a different kind of mindset when we're going against the offense versus when we're going against other teams. So it was a little like, you had to get your feet under you so you could realize what's going on and how to play them effectively. But our Scott team guys have doing a great job of showing us like exactly how it'll be.
What was your kind of evaluation when you look at USF on film? And it's a way different level of athlete than what you guys faced last week.
It was a great team, coming off of a good year, good season. Offensive line, big, physical. But nothing we've never seen before, to be honest. But they're a great group of guys, I can tell already.
But they're a little more comparable to ACC teams than what you would normally
for
face
sure,
in a conference.
for sure.
What do you think about how Desmond did?
Des had a great game.
Yeah.
Des won player of the game. We all got to improve. Obviously, Des felt like he still needed to improve more. So we were joking the other day. He was like, "Man, if I got a game ball already, and I felt like I could have played better, I can only imagine what I can do from here." So he's gonna keep improving, I think, and we're all gonna keep him going.
I know we talked before, but he seems like a guy that, like a lot of he just fits this defense well.
Yeah.
He's great. Like he can win. You get him in space and he can win.
Yeah, Des has great size, especially for this defense. But Des is he's tall. He has a little weight on him, but he's not, top heavy or anything like that. He got good feet. So.
Do you warn your teammates this week about the weather and how nasty it might be down there in terms of keeping you?
They asked me, is it a little different? And I'm like, honestly, Georgia heat is up there. We've been battling through the heat during the summer. We were working out 3 o'clock in the summer, and even these last couple weeks of practice has been blazing. So in Tampa, it might be a little more humid, but I think as soon as the first quarter's over, I think guys are going to be well adapted. Just got to keep hydrated. So I'm from South Tampa. I went to Plant High School, obviously, and Plant is maybe 10, 15 minutes from Raymond James. USF is far because, they don't have like a home stadium, so they use Raymond James. So USF itself, the campus is about 30 minutes away, but Raymond James itself is like 10, 15 minutes.
Did you ever go to any South Florida games when you were growing up? No. Go watch? No.
Not in a bad way. Not like that. Not like that. Nah. I mean, I went to one, but when I was in high school, when I was like growing up, I guess I think USF wasn't too good. So.
Yeah, those are down seasons when you're in high school.
But they had 1 year when they were like number 2 or something like that a little while back. But I mean, I just at Plant we always focus on Plant, so I wasn't really thinking for college or anything yet.
Who's your closest friend on the team?
At USF,
Yeah.
My friend Mazzy. Me and Mazzy played together for 3 years. That's my boy. I'm cool with Chris Oladokin, the quarterback. I know of Bentley Sanders, Nate Ferguson, a couple other guys.
Mazzy, what position do you play?
Corner. Mazzy's a freak athlete.
Anything else for Kyle?
Oh, well, I saw, I don't know, things on Twitter, like you were kind of giving the team a pep talk, or I don't know what you would call it, kind of getting the guys going just before the game.
Yeah.
Is that a responsibility that always will fall to you, or what was going on there?
I did it a couple times my sophomore year. It's just, when I feel like whether it's the stadium, we don't have enough people, or people going a little slow, or even if I'm just feeling, a little higher than usual, I just be like, hey, let me say something real quick. And the guys get excited because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say something that's gonna have everybody hype. So yeah, it's just I felt like it was mixed signals because it was just Alcorn State or whatever, but I wanted to let the guys know like we still gotta play us. So I was telling everybody, let me see where your heart at. So you can see me like punching everybody on the chest. Then I was like, I'm gonna show you where my heart at. Yeah. Other things.
Thanks, Kyle. All right. We'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for graduate student Malik Rivera.
Before you even put on the pads or went to your first practice, what was the transition like coming to Georgia Tech?
It was really different coming from a small school where wasn't a lot of people. I knew everybody on my campus. I saw the same people every single day. Coming here, even though it was the summer, there wasn't a lot of people here, but it was so much bigger of a place, so much more traffic. And then trying to learn the new facilities, trying to learn my way around. It was different, but my teammates helped a lot. They were really supportive of me. They opened me with open arms as soon as I got here. I'm honestly just blessed the fact that I was able to get such good teammates coming here, and even though I had to leave the teammates I had, I'm happy that I was able to join a team that's just so open as this one is.
Was it weird? You got to played some interesting road games over the years, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
to be in a home stadium with that many people watching you and kind of clapping for you, get your name on the jumbotron and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was weird. I looked up at one point. I saw my name up there. And I was like, "Yeah, this is different." Knowing that for the first time, I'm standing in a crowd where they're cheering on my team instead of I'm the one being rooted against. It was a different feeling. It was exciting, but I think I've gotten used to it now. Just ready to move on to the next game and beat USF.
A lot of the guys have kind of credited you as being kind of the quarterback back there in terms of lining guys up, and kind of your role as being sort of the I guess, player guru of the defense in terms of understanding it. How much do you kind of take that on as a point of pride for yourself, and I guess how important do you feel like that is for the young guys on defense?
I think it's a big thing. I enjoy knowing, like having all the knowledge or trying to learn as much as possible and then share that with everybody else. So I feel like it kind of just always translates back to school. I've always loved tutoring people, helping them with things. So coming out to football practice, when somebody doesn't know things, it's nice to be able to just like help them or talk to them about different things. Even if it's not during the middle of a play, but after a play happens, just talking about maybe they made a mistake on something little. How can we correct it on this next play? And I think it helps a lot, especially when they're all learning a new defense. I've been in it maybe for a couple years, but when our coaches can tell us things in practice and they can help us with it. I think it's a good thing that I can help them when we're on the field, maybe in the middle of a series. We can talk through maybe that one little mistake and we can correct it the next time. That way we don't have that same mistake happen in the middle of the play. So I'm enjoying that role. And I hope my teammates are learning a lot from this, and I know they're getting better every day. So that's just the biggest thing.
You're back there, the other thing too, you're back there with a lot of redshirt freshmen, a lot of young kids that are playing for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been to see those guys adjust to what playing college ball is like?
Oh, that's been incredible. It's great to see those guys making plays, like KO when he had that interception. I was just so excited for them. I'm so excited for him. Reek when he made that big hit on the first kickoff. Those kind of things, they just make me so happy. It's kind of like they all called me out there the old man because I seem like the oldest one out there most of the time. But I do enjoy that, seeing them always make those plays. And even when they make mistakes, I'm always going to be there to pick their head up, tell them it's always going to be the next play. There's always something next. So I hope that they're enjoying me being back there and helping them. But I'm enjoying them a lot.
What prompted your decision to transfer?
I think it was more so of I knew Coach Wood was here. I knew maybe I could come here and play. And another thing that was big for me was if I am going to get my master's, I do want it to be in something that I really want it to be. And when I knew that Georgia Tech had quantitative and computational finance, that was something I just wanted to do. I knew that schools like NC State, Florida State have it in the South, and I knew I don't want to leave the South. So that was just a big thing for me. I knew I could, when I knew I could be in that program and I knew it was something I could do, I have two classmates that went to Wofford and they're in the program now. One was actually a former teammate, and he's in the program. So that was a big thing for me too.
Did you kind of come on faith with Coach Wood as far as him saying, yeah, you should come and I think it fit well, or how much did you kind of investigate your options?
Honestly, I was looking for a job. I knew I might be able to, might not, but if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. That was just what I was going off of. If it didn't happen, I was just going to have a full-time job. I'd be like all my friends now. We still keep in contact. But yeah, I probably would have had a full-time job like them. I wouldn't be playing football anymore. But I'm thankful that I am in this position. And I'm thankful for the amazing teammates that I've gained because of it. And yeah.
What was the job?
It probably would have been a financial analyst. I was working all during the spring and all during the summer as a financial analyst for American Credit Acceptance. I was working just on my computer. I would sit around the facility here even, just log in and just do my work and go back to my apartment and do my work and different things like that. So I was doing that all summer, and I was doing it in spring. That was probably gonna be my full-time job. So
What's been the toughest adjustment to, this is way different than Spartanburg or, Wofford, all that. This is totally different kind of experience, I imagine.
I think the biggest difference for me was probably the traffic. I am not used to that at all still. I have my moped, I ride it around, but even when I have to get in my car, I hate doing it just because I know there's so much more traffic around here. The school, I don't think that's been a major adjustment for me just because of the fact that I do love being in class. That's just something that I don't know, people call me weird for it, but I do enjoy just sitting there and learning something new. That's something great for me. So I feel like honestly, it's probably just the traffic, honestly, or something like that. It's the school, the football, that all just comes. That's always, I feel like, just going to come. And I enjoy learning new things. So football, whenever, even coming into this defense, there are new things I have to learn all the time. But I am adjusting to it, adjusting towards the speed of the game because it is getting a little bit faster just because of the different teams we play. But I feel like those things will come, and that's not going to be really much of a challenge once it comes down to it.
And in terms of coming to a school like Georgia Tech, there's a lot of different opportunities that probably come up in terms of furthering your career outside of football. I imagine that it's probably been eye-opening, some of the people you've met and kind of all the businesses that are down here as well.
Yeah, I think just seeing how many different businesses are down here is just amazing. Being from where I was at in a small town, there wasn't a lot of businesses or things that you always going to be able to do. So being in a big city, that's a great thing. But I'm just excited to be here, honestly.
How did you manage a triple major?
All right, so the triple major wasn't originally going to do it. Made a joke with my roommates about it. They said I couldn't do it. I don't like when people say I can't do something, so I took it as a challenge. I made an Excel. I listed out all my classes for the next 3 or 4 semesters, and I made them exactly to which class I needed specifically to fulfill the degree requirements for each single one of them. Once I knew I had fulfilled them all, fulfilled them all in the Excel, I showed my computer science advisor, my math advisor. They said, "Yeah, it's possible if you really want to try it. I know you're still playing football. I know you're on this financial investment group that we have at school, so you might not be able to do it with football." I was like, honestly, I enjoy being in classes. I enjoy the things I'm learning, so why not just take on a little, like maybe 1 or 2 more classes in a semester? So that was just something I was just excited about, honestly, and I feel like that's a great accomplishment for me. I pride myself on going to class and learning new things, so earning that triple major has probably been one of the greatest accomplishments I feel like I've ever had.
Did you have to go to summer school to do it? Or
So I transferred in 18 credits, and I ended up graduating with 154. But some of the classes overlapped, computer science and math, so that kind of just helped out. I remember I took classes like cryptology, I think linear algebra went into discrete math, things like that. Those just kind of overlapped, and once those kind of things worked out, it just was great.
And it's quantitative and
Computational finance, yes.
What's your interest there?
I'm thinking about investment banking. I think that's something I want to try and pursue. If not something, I always tell people, honestly, I'd be open to anything that has finance in it, but I feel like quantitative and computational finance kind of combines everything that I've majored in, math and the computer science. I'm in classes now that have like machine learning for trading, where I'm coding up things just to where the machine kind of learns, as it says, to trade. And at the end, I know we're going to be developing our own algorithms to see how it compares to what algorithms are already out there. So I feel like that's just things that I'm really interested in, I really want to learn more about. So,
What school are you associated with on campus? Like, are you in the
Schellers School of Business. Yeah.
So I want to make sure I understood correctly. Like when you came here, you hadn't been accepted yet, or so you were working at that point?
So in the spring I had 15 hours. Yeah, 15 hours. I was working a part-time job. I was working like 20 hours a week there. So I would, whenever my classes would end, I would immediately get dressed and go to work. do that, come back, finish my homework, and then that was the spring. And then I ended up getting accepted. I think it was in about May, like right before my graduation. I ended up getting accepted in that school. I knew I got accepted into that school as well as the data analytics school on campus. But I knew the quantitative and computational finance was the thing I really wanted to do. So once I got accepted in there, I immediately knew I was going to be doing that.
Malik probably has some studying to do, so.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Awesome. Malik, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.